Hey everybody, this is Liam Martin from Running Remote, and in today's video we are going to be talking about whether or not you can actually take physical companies remote. It's happening and it's pretty interesting. Let's talk about it. So, remote companies have historically always been computer companies, people working on their computer. The company that I co-founded is a computer software company. Most of the leaders inside of remote work are software companies, people working from their computer, or their call centers, or their customer support companies, or their telework agencies. Generally, they are people that work from their computer. However, in the last year and a half, this interesting phenomenon called COVID has spurred on a whole bunch of pandemic panickers that have pivoted into actually working remotely for the long term. And what I'm going to get into today is actually a really good example. Ford Motor Company is actually going remote. And more specifically, they're going hybrid, but I want to break this down. So Ford Motor Company, I think it is the second largest car manufacturer or third largest car manufacturer in the world. I think it's like Volkswagen and Tesla that are now the biggest. It's crazy, by the way, that Tesla is the largest car company in the world by valuation. I just never thought that that was going to be possible, but here we are. So Ford announced just recently that 30,000 of their white collar office workers are actually going to go remote. Now, there's a little bit of a caveat there. They're not actually going remote, they're going what we call hybrid. And remember, there are three different ways that people work. On-premise, i.e. in an office, remote completely, i.e. they don't go into an office, and then the middle part is hybrid, meaning either people come in a couple days a week to the office, or particular departments are remote and some departments are inside of the office. So with Ford, they actually have to stay close to the office because they have to report there on a weekly basis and they have to do most of their meetings. They're going to reduce their footprint of their in-office space, which also is another issue that we want to talk about later on in the commercial real estate world. But it's an interesting thing that like a physical company, the most physical company that you would think of, they make cars for crying out loud, they are going remotely. And the reasoning behind that is they realized this was not an issue of an employee perk. This was purely economics. They recognized that they would not be able to survive as a car company without actually minimizing their physical footprint, because they realized this was actually going to add hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to the cost of a car that was sold. And they also realized that all of the other industry was going remote. Again, Tesla has a lot of remote employees and they actually have very significantly minimized a lot of their workers inside of their factories. So their costs are significantly reduced for their car outputs. Again, it's just like the entire industry is going that way. So I just thought I'd report on this and really kind of tell you about it. It's very, very cool. I'll link to the Forbes article down below that breaks down all of the details. The one thing that I would tell Ford is, unfortunately, because it's a hybrid environment, people are really going to be stuck to that headquartered area. So there's probably going to be a lot of co-working spaces popping up around Michigan. If you are in Michigan right now, maybe you should start a co-working space for a lot of these Ford employees, but they can't really have location independence like a lot of other companies that are going work from anywhere as opposed to a hybrid model. But still incredibly exciting, and I thought I would just let you know. And I'd also love to be able to hear your thoughts. Do you think that physical companies are actually going to be able to go remote in this way? It's a very interesting space, and it's something that I've been thinking about more and more. And again, a year and a half ago, I would have never thought that this was possible, but again, here we are, and Ford is going remote, or at least hybrid. So if you have any questions, put them down in the comments below about this huge shift inside of remote work. And while you're down there, why don't you like this video and subscribe to this YouTube channel? It is indeed free, and we talk about this weird stuff all day long. See you next video.